Hello, my friends, and welcome. Make sure our lighting here is good. Hi. Um, my name is Maria Alejandra. You can call me MA. Thank you for joining and watching. I'm doing this live because I just felt this super beautiful and very potent swirl of energy kind of coming through today for me and for all of us. And so, my intention for this video is to open up a space where we can ride this cosmic wave that basically has this sign that says it is time. It is time. And time for what? Well, it's time to step into some really beautiful new possibilities and open ourselves up in ways that maybe we haven't before. So let's explore that a little bit. Um, this is all with the undertone and the setting of having this new moon in Aquarius tomorrow. I'm recording this on January 20th. The new moon is happening on the 21st. And over the past week and a half, we've had this really beginning of what is truly momentum driven energy, um, which is being shown astrologically in really beautiful ways, with planets starting to go direct after being in retrograde for a while. But also energetically, it just feels like we are opening up this whole new chapter of possibility. And this new moon in Aquarius tomorrow is really this moment in time where we can step through a before and after. I call these before and after moments, and they're significant and they are symbolic and they are tools through which we can begin to refocus our mindset, enliven our magic, and really activate our momentum. Mindset, magic, momentum. Keep those in your heart. This moment is the beginning of a journey. I this morning sat here and I was about to write an email for my newsletter. By the way, if you want to get on my newsletter, you can download a free moon calendar that I have for you. It's in the links below. So not only will you get a beautiful moon calendar for 2023 with some suggestions on how to work with new moons and full moons, but also you'll get on my newsletter, which I share a lot of really beautiful info there. So I was about to sat down, and before I do that, I like to just like check in, tune in, see what intuitively, because I have an idea of what I want to share in the newsletter. There's some, bits and pieces obviously that start pouring in throughout the week as I'm prepping it. And I'm pretty organic when it comes to the newsletter, so I don't pre-plan it ahead. I like to write it in the moment because I really value the energy of like what's happening right there, right now, which is the other reason why I wanted to do this live. There's an element to it that really channels in the energy of the moment and honors it. So I said, you know what, let me pull some tarot cards just to get a sense for what some of the underlying intuitive messages want to come through in this. What is the guidance, right, to help me better serve the beautiful people that are signed up in my newsletter and collectively. So I pulled some cards, and at first I was like, oh, wow, okay. It was this, I don't want to say confusing energy, but it was clear what the message was. It wasn't what I was expecting. It was really powerful in a sense of inquiry. And this is one of the reasons why I like working with these metaphysical tools like tarot, working with astrology, working with oracle cards, working with archetypes, working with all these symbols that have been around for many, many years, that have been worked through in many ways, because they allow your logical mind to step aside for a moment. They allow you to tap into your intuition and your sense of like, that crossing the bridge into the unknown, from the known to the unknown. And they offer opportunities from a even more, let's call it strategic perspective, right? Because we can always live with this combination of spirit and strategy, that focus and that flow of being connected and tapped in, but focused and strategic about where we're going, what we're doing, how we're using and employing our precious energy and our precious time. So they brought up these what felt like a little more questions to really help me dive into a deeper space. And then what emerged after that, as I kept the inquiry going, was this just opening of let's go. It's time. And I also want to mention that instead of having the energy of go time, it's time, this is a very feminine anchored, um, feminine magic energy. This is the energy of openness. This is an energy that weaves in both this love and this flow, and also this opportunity to harness your power and the power that you have in this phase in your life right now. Um, we're all in our own particular chapter of life, cycle of life. You're in a specific place in your life right now for a reason. Whatever blessings, challenges, whatever you are pivoting in, whatever is coming, whatever is not, wherever you feel stuck, wherever is happening right now in your life, know that it is there in some form of service to your growth. And this feels like a moment for us to say, we've done a lot of work, both very like obvious practical work, right? What you've been creating, you've had the drive to keep going, even in really tough circumstances. You've gone through challenges, you've grown, you've stretched yourself. Let's say, wow, we are ready for something new. And it all feels just very kind of like just right there at your fingertips. And the decision is, do you want to get on that surfboard and ride the wave, or just hang out in the shore for a little while longer, which is also totally okay. But know that as we are over the next few months, we're not hitting the big wave yet. The big wave is coming in March. But as we're pulsing, it's like, okay, well, we are on this trajectory of today. It's like, am I getting on the surfboard? Am I getting on this new moon Aquarian surfboard? Am I getting on the surfboard of Mars just went direct, Mercury just went direct a couple of days ago, Uranus is going direct on Sunday, the 22nd, right after this new moon. All planets will be direct for a period of time. And we have this beautiful, just like choice point now, not to force yourself into anything, but to rather delight in the choice that you have to get on the surfboard. And if it's your first time riding a surfboard, it's going to feel very wobbly. It requires all of this, understanding of your body being grounded so that you have the stability. We're all going to get knocked off the board many times before we can really figure out how to surf with these new waves in this new form that you have. I want you to think that you've literally become this new form. You like physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. We've all been recalibrated and turned inside out and upside down in such profound ways that you are not the same person you were 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. You're not the same person you were a couple of months ago. And you will become an even more aligned version of yourself come the next few months. There is this energy of we are ready to radiate, and think about radiating out, radiating love, radiating magic, radiating your sense of momentum, radiating the sense of optimism and possibility. I was thinking about this whole concept of radiating last night because the word radiate came through yesterday. This clarity, and when these things happen, it feels to me like, oh, there's a teaching there for me to weave in, a teaching there for me to share about. And so I sat with it and I was like, well, we're all born to radiate. We're all born to radiate. And where have we learned, maybe through experiences or people in our lives that have made us feel awkward about radiating? You were born to radiate. It is my belief, no matter the circumstances or the challenges you're going through, the radiating will look different. And sometimes it will be in these intimate spaces when we're going through a lot of painful experiences or things we just can't comprehend, things that confuse our mind and our soul in deep ways. We might be it's maybe more of an inner work. Maybe you're there now. But how can we also combine a sense of, okay, wherever I am right now, wherever I've been planted, to allow myself to radiate, to prepare myself with some new form of courage, I want to say, courage and heart to radiate. Aquarius is a symbol that has this really beautiful duality that I love, which has to do with it being a sign of working together in community, making really powerful new things happen. Aquarius is about new. Aquarius has this genius energy. Aquarius has this power of the mind, of new, of revolutionary, of visionary energy. And it has to do with the collective, like, oh, visions that help the collective move forward. And Aquarius also, on the same, like a flip side of the same coin, is all about your individuality, who you are as part of the collective, who you are, your authenticity, your own stroke of genius, how your mind and your magic have come to play on earth in this lifetime and create and spark new things into existence. So it's no wonder that this Aquarian energy is like, it's going to give us this forward, this sense of opening and expansion. I say we ride it. I'm going to show you something I created earlier after I pulled the cards, I felt really drawn. I haven't quite, it's a work in progress because I literally just put it together, but I wanted to show you in case it's something you want to do as well. It's hard to see because it's in pencil, but just play along. Let me see if I can get a little bit better. Okay, so this was very organic and very like just playing around. I pulled some tarot cards, and when I do that, I of course have my own understanding of, the meaning of tarot as I've studied it and how I, do the readings and all that. So what I'll sit down, or if I want a little bit more info, I will go deeper and just basically Google, I'll find one of my books, and I write down the themes that each card is lighting up. And I look at that and I go, okay, how is this playing? And some themes might call you a little bit more, might seem more prevalent at the time. And some themes of the card, you might be like, I don't know, that's it. Be open to them all. And I just begin to write them down in a journal, just very like, and then if I need a clarifier card for something that I'm like confused about or not quite like, oh, that hasn't landed yet, I'll pull a clarifier card. And sure enough, if you allow yourself to sit in a space of opening that up, something will come through. And it could be delightfully unexpected. Play with it, work with it, allow your logical mind to kind of park to the side and come up with some new ideas. So I took this, I have this from my art stash, and I basically wrote, because that phrase, it is time, kept coming through. It is time. It is time. And then around it, I first did these colored rays radiating out, right, of that message, that core message. And I started writing a lot of the sort of core themes of the messages that I was receiving through the cards. You can do this with tarot oracle card. You can just sit there and just like dump something that feels resonant with what this moment brings for you. We have things like new beginnings, a wave of new energy is coming through. The time to be grateful for the solid preparation you've had before and you've already cultivated, and the ongoing drive that you have to keep going, and to thank those and honor those and bless those and all the opportunities and all the experiences you've had before. Today I'm wearing my, says corporate survivor shirt. Shout out to the Surfing Corporate podcast, and my dear friend Eileen, who I used to work with. She was my boss once upon a time. And she's also an Aquarius, by the way, which makes sense. It's all coming together. She created something after being in the corporate space as a just not fitting into the corporate space type of person. She created this podcast to tell the story of what it means to surf corporate. And today I felt like, you know what? I went for a walk. I put this on, and it was like a symbol of me having both a sense of real gratitude around the many years I spent in this corporate landscape and how it helped to shape my my sense of how you can make things happen and ideas and the intellect part of it. And then now this big shift that I've done over the past 4 or 5 years where it's opened up into something completely different. I happen to be in my Uranus opposition time right now. If you're in your early to mid 40s, this is your time when you are basically closing this big chapter, this big, not even chapter, this big book of the first half of your life, the first like 40 something years, and opening up a whole new one that, thanks to Uranus, will be much more aligned with who you are, but it will not come without its fair share of upheavals and its fair share of big moments, of tower card moments where the lightning bolts just strike and you're like, what the heck just happened? Things are torn down in order to be built up again. And the energy that we've been in and are still in to many degrees, we are in this energy of things being torn down in order for something completely new to be built up again. So are we willing to ride that wave? And are we really willing to think, okay, well, what is seeking to come through me right now? How can I walk in this magic? How can I set myself up to feel that sense of courage to radiate? Beginning of the journey, progress, expansion, foresight, changes and challenges ahead. With the changes, challenges will come. We've been in the challenging phase and more challenges will come, but we'll be taking different steps now forward. How do we use our true inner power and also with a lot of love? It's like love and courage, love, courage, momentum, ease, all of these themes. We're really living into them this year. So see how they impact you. And if this message resonates, you'll just be like something in you, just like ding, 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 ding. Just feels like, okay, yes. This period will require a strong heart and a strong mind. This period is going to challenge us and it's going to ask us time and time again, are you willing to keep walking in your magic? Are you willing to continue radiating who you are? Are you willing to continue the commitment that you've set with yourself to define your own sense of success? How you align your life, how you design or redesign your life completely. Are you willing to go there? Are you willing to, I'm going to go back to 2019 MA, rock your life and rock your light in the process. Your life is getting rocked right now in a really, really cool way. Now, I say this as someone who also deals consistently with a whole lot of grief and pain. You can find out more about my story in other spaces and places, my podcast with my husband, we go into it. The point is that I'm not a stranger to profound challenges, the likes of which I sometimes can't even imagine I'm going through. And I still maintain this sense of, okay, optimism. That sense of optimism is ours. Your power is yours. Your light is yours to shine. And it does not dim, no matter how really crappy things get. Even in the darkest pit of despair and grief and sadness, your light is there, and your light is actually getting amplified. Can we trust that? Can we believe that? That your light and your sense of drive, your sense of your willingness to continue, your resilience gets stronger. Choose to see your courageous self. Choose to see your loving self. Choose to see your authentic self. And choose to do it in a way where you are invoking a whole new degree of feminine magic. The feminine magic that grounds us, the feminine magic that grows us. This is a time to grow new things. This is a time to receive the messages that we can then radiate out again. Receptivity and radiation are very feminine ways of going about the world. finding your new rhythm, finding a new rhythms and new ways to flow about your life with focus, with a forward vision, this beautiful arrow that is getting pulled back and will be released out into the world and into the wild. What message do you have for the world? What's coming through that beautiful mind and heart of yours? Whew. I'm going to leave it there. I do have an announcement. I have a beautiful vision casting session workshop happening in a couple of days on Sunday. The link is below. We're going to be going through really casting your vision, bringing your vision in chakra by chakra, from the soul star chakra, which is very connected to your intuition and your most aligned highest self, all the way through to the earth star chakra, where we will ground the vision. We're going to make a sigil. If you've never made a sigil, this is a really cool opportunity to create one. And the sigil is basically a magical symbol. And I'll show you step by step how to do it and how to charge it with your intention so that this becomes your sigil for this year, the sigil for this chapter in your life. And we're going to do it in a way that is both very magical and also very practical, so that we can know, okay, well, I'm here. What is the step I'm meant to take next? It includes a really beautiful printable, all about light print planning, which is something that I've been developing over the past couple of years, and I feel is getting a resurgence now in my work. I'm excited for that. And I plan to be back over the next few days and do a bunch more lives. So please subscribe, comment, share, like. It makes a huge difference. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being open to the new cosmic goodies that we have in store for all of us. Let me know your reflections below and what you think is opening up in this moment in time for us. You can always email me, find my website and my services if you want to do something one-on-one and play in that space. All my love and stardust. Have a glorious day. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Happy new moon, everybody. I'm probably going to be back tomorrow for another video. But for now, happy new moon. Be well.